This is why you need to explore Europe in 2024. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today, we embark on a journey through 20 amazing places in Europe. Bucket list destinations that stay with you long after you've returned home. Europe is packed with a lifetime's worth of experiences. Ancient history, vibrant cultures, stunning scenery. We'll cover it all. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or planning your first trip, you'll find inspiration. Let's dive into 20 amazing European destinations calling your name. Our first stop takes us to the heart of France, Paris, the City of Lights. Now, Paris has a reputation for being a bit romantic, and for good reason. Strolling hand in hand along the Seine, sharing a bottle of wine at a sidewalk cafe, it's the stuff of postcards. But Paris is much more than just a pretty face. This is a city with a rich history, world-class museums, and a certain that's hard to put into words. You'll want to take your time here, wander aimlessly, and soak it all in. Of course, no trip to Paris is complete without a visit to the Eiffel Tower. Whether you choose to ascend to the top for breathtaking views or simply admire its grandeur from below, it's an unforgettable experience. And speaking of unforgettable, the Louvre Museum is home to some of the world's most iconic works of art, including the Mona Lisa. Just be prepared for crowds. This is one popular lady. Now, while the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre might be the stars of the show, don't miss out on the charming neighborhoods that give Paris its character. One such neighborhood is Montmartre, perched atop a hill with a charmingly bohemian vibe. This is where artists like Picasso and Van Gogh once found inspiration, and you can still feel their presence in the air. Wander through the Place du Terre, where artists set up their easels, or climb the steps to the Sacré-Cœur Basilica for panoramic city views. And be sure to spend some time exploring the narrow cobblestone streets lined with quirky shops, cozy cafes, and traditional bistros. This is a great area to find unique souvenirs, enjoy a leisurely lunch, or simply soak up the local atmosphere. Paris is a city that begs to be explored on foot, so put on your walking shoes and get ready to discover its hidden corners. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. From the City of Lights, we travel south to Rome, Italy, a city that truly needs no introduction. This is the Eternal City, a place where ancient history and modern life collide in the most captivating way. As you wander through the ruins of the Colosseum, imagine the gladiatorial combats and roaring crowds that once filled this iconic amphitheater. It's a humbling experience to stand in the presence of such history, and just a stone's throw away, you'll find the Roman Forum, the bustling heart of ancient Rome. Here, amongst the crumbling temples and government buildings, you can almost hear the echoes of senators debating and citizens going about their daily lives. Rome is a city best explored layer by layer, with each step revealing a new facet of its fascinating past. Of course, no trip to Rome would be complete without a visit to Vatican City, the smallest country in the world and the center of the Catholic Church. Even if you're not religious, the art and architecture here are simply awe-inspiring. Step inside St. Peter's Basilica, a masterpiece of Renaissance design, and gaze up at Michelangelo's breathtaking fresco on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Be sure to dress modestly. This is an active place of worship. But Rome is not just about ancient ruins and religious grandeur. Take some time to wander through the charming Trastevere neighborhood, with its ivy-covered buildings and lively piazzas. Indulge in some of the best pizza and pasta in the world. After all, you're in Italy. Rome is a feast for the senses, a city that will stay with you long after you've said arrivederci. It's a place to get lost in history, to indulge in la dolce vita, and to create memories that will last a lifetime. Barcelona, where Spain's energy meets the Mediterranean breeze. No trip to Barcelona is complete without visiting the Sagrada Familia. Designed by Antoni Gaudí, it's a masterpiece in progress. Under construction for over a century, it feels like a giant sculpture garden. Gaudí's vision reflects nature's glory everywhere. Tree-like columns and stained glass create a symphony of architecture and spirituality. Inside, it's a world of peace, artistry, and devotion. Park Güell is like stepping into a fairy tale. Designed by Gaudí, it's filled with colorful mosaics, playful sculptures, and whimsical buildings. Wander through winding paths, discover hidden grottos, and enjoy breathtaking views. The main terrace, with its undulating benches, is iconic. Relax, take in the views, and snap photos with whimsical structures. The park showcases Gaudi's boundless imagination. Amsterdam, a city built on water, where charming canals weave through a tapestry of narrow houses, bustling markets, and world-class museums. And there's no better way to experience the magic of Amsterdam than by taking a leisurely canal cruise. Gliding along the water, you'll get a unique perspective on the city's architecture. You'll see the iconic leaning houses, each with its own story to tell, and the houseboats bobbing gently alongside the canals, a testament to the city's enduring connection to the water. As you cruise along, be sure to listen to the captain's commentary. They'll often share fascinating stories about the city's history, culture, and architecture. You might hear about the merchants who built their wealth on the spice trade, the artists who found inspiration in the city's canals, or the everyday people who call this unique and charming place home. But Amsterdam isn't just about picturesque canals and charming houses. Tucked away on a quiet canal, the Anne Frank house stands as a poignant reminder of a dark chapter in history. This is where Anne Frank, a young Jewish girl, and her family hid from Nazi persecution during World War II. It was here that Anne wrote her now famous diary, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. Visiting the Anne Frank house is a moving experience. You'll walk through the cramped rooms where Anne and her family lived in hiding, see Anne's original diary and belongings, and feel the weight of history all around you. It's a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the importance of tolerance and understanding. A visit here is not just about learning about the past, it's about reflecting on the present and working towards a future where such atrocities are never repeated. Santorini, a breathtaking island rising dramatically from the Aegean Sea. It's a place where dazzling whitewashed villages cling to volcanic cliffs, and the sunsets are simply legendary. Imagine this. You're perched on a terrace overlooking the caldera, a glass of local wine in hand, as the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in a fiery palette of orange, pink, and purple. It's a moment of pure magic, a memory you'll cherish long after you've left this enchanting island. But Santorini isn't just about the sunsets. The villages themselves are like something out of a dream. Narrow cobblestone streets wind through a maze of whitewashed houses, their blue-domed churches adding pops of color to the landscape. And then there's the food. Fresh seafood, tangy feta cheese, juicy tomatoes bursting with flavor, all enjoyed with breathtaking views of the Aegean. While Santorini is famous for its iconic sunsets and charming villages, it also boasts a variety of beaches. From the iconic Red Beach with its dramatic red cliffs to the black sand beaches of Parissa and Perivolos, a visit to the Akrotiri archaeological site is a must. This ancient Minoan city, buried by a volcanic eruption, a boat trip to the caldera is unforgettable. You can even take a dip in the hot springs. Santorini has something to offer everyone. Ah, Edinburgh, this city just grabs you and pulls you in. Start your adventure at Edinburgh Castle, a symbol of Scotland's resilience. As you climb the Royal Mile, imagine the kings and queens who've walked these stones. The real magic is on the castle ramparts, taking in that breathtaking view. Now, when you're ready to stretch your legs, head down the Royal Mile. This historic thoroughfare connects Edinburgh Castle to the Palace of Holyrood House and is bursting with shops, pubs, and historic landmarks. Pop into a cozy pub for a wee dram of whiskey or a hearty plate of haggis. And keep an eye out for the street performers. You never know what kind of delightful characters you might encounter. You might hear the skirl of bagpipes, or catch a glimpse of a kilted laddie selling souvenirs. And if you're feeling adventurous, hike up to Arthur's Seat. This extinct volcano offers panoramic views of the city and the surrounding countryside. It's a bit of a climb, but trust me, the view from the top is worth every step. Soak it all in. The fresh Scottish air, the sound of the wind whistling through the grass, and the sprawling city below. This is Edinburgh at its finest, a city that truly gets under your skin. Prague. This city is a fairy tale come to life, with its cobblestone streets and soaring spires. Start your journey on the iconic Charles Bridge. Built in the 14th century, it's an experience in itself. Rub the statue of St. John of Nepomuk for good luck. Pause to admire the stunning views of Prague Castle. Whether at dawn or dusk, Charles Bridge is pure magic. Now after you've crossed the Charles Bridge, head up to Prague Castle. Dominating the city skyline, this sprawling complex is actually a collection of palaces, churches, and gardens. It's a place to lose yourself in history and grandeur. Explore the magnificent St. Vitus Cathedral, marvel at the Golden Lane with its tiny houses, and be sure to catch the changing of the guard ceremony. It's a sight to behold. And don't forget your camera. Every corner of Prague Castle offers a picture-perfect moment. Then make your way down to Old Town Square, the heart and soul of Prague. This bustling square is home to the iconic astronomical clock, a masterpiece of medieval engineering that still draws crowds every hour. Grab a seat at one of the outdoor cafes, sip a Pilsner Urquell, and soak in the lively atmosphere. From street performers to horse-drawn carriages, Old Town Square is Prague at its most vibrant and enchanting. Dubrovnik, perched on the dazzling Adriatic Sea, this Croatian gem is a city like no other. With its terracotta rooftops, gleaming marble streets, and those imposing medieval walls, Dubrovnik truly feels like a step back in time. And for the ultimate Dubrovnik experience, you've got to walk the city walls. This 2-kilometer loop takes you around the entire Old Town, offering breathtaking views of the city, the harbor, and the sparkling Adriatic. As you stroll along the ramparts, imagine the centuries of history that have unfolded beneath your feet. These walls have witnessed it all, from sieges and conquests to peaceful days bathed in sunshine. And don't forget to bring your camera. Every twist and turn of the wall reveals a new and stunning vista. From the red-tiled rooftops of the Old Town to the endless blue horizon of the Adriatic. Now, once you've soaked in the views from above, it's time to get lost in the labyrinthine streets of Dubrovnik's Old Town. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a pedestrian's paradise, with its narrow alleyways, charming squares, and historic buildings. Take your time exploring the shops, cafes, and restaurants tucked away in the Old Town's winding streets. Sample some fresh seafood at a local restaurant, sip Croatian wine at a sidewalk cafe, or simply wander and soak up the atmosphere. And for you Game of Thrones fans out there, Dubrovnik will look very familiar. This city served as the backdrop for King's Landing, and you can even take a guided tour to see some of the iconic filming locations. Whether you're a history buff, a beach lover, or a fan of fantasy, Dubrovnik is a city that will capture your imagination. It's a place where history meets modern-day charm, and where the Adriatic Sea provides a stunning backdrop to every adventure. Vienna. Vienna. Start your Viennese waltz at Schönbrunn Palace. Stroll through the manicured gardens, the scent of blooming flowers in the air, and the palace's golden facade gleaming. This was the Habsburgs' summer residence. Hear Mozart wafting from the windows. Wander through opulent rooms adorned with frescoes. A visit to Schönbrunn is like stepping into a fairy tale. From the grandeur of Schönbrunn, we move to the heart of Vienna, where the towering spire of St. Stephen's Cathedral pierces the sky. This iconic landmark has witnessed centuries of history, and its intricate Gothic architecture is awe-inspiring. Step inside to see soaring ceilings, stained glass windows, and the ornate pulpit. Climb the South Tower for panoramic views of Vienna. No trip to Vienna is complete without experiencing a performance at the Vienna State Opera. Its opulent interior and performances are unforgettable. Ola from Lisbon, Portugal. This vibrant city, perched on the edge of the Atlantic, is a feast for the senses. Our journey begins in Belém, the historic district that witnessed Portugal's age of discovery. Here stands the iconic Belém Tower, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a symbol of Portugal's seafaring past. Built in the 16th century as a fortress, the tower's intricate limestone facade is a masterpiece of Manueline architecture. Just a stone's throw from Belém Tower lies the Jerónimos Monastery. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a testament to Portugal's wealth during the Age of Discovery. Step inside and be awestruck by the ornate cloisters, the soaring ceilings of the church, and the tombs of Vasco da Gama and Luís de Camões. For a taste of local life, head to the Alfama district. Get lost in its charming alleys and soak up the atmosphere. Be sure to catch a fado performance, the soulful music of Lisbon. Budapest, the Queen of the Danube, is a city of two halves, literally. Divided by the majestic Danube River, Buda and Pest, once separate cities, now stand united as one of Europe's most captivating capitals. Our exploration begins on the Buda side, where Buda Castle, perched atop Castle Hill, dominates the cityscape. This sprawling complex, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is home to the Hungarian National Gallery, the Budapest History Museum, and offers breathtaking panoramic views of the city. Take a leisurely stroll up Castle Hill, or hop on the funicular for a quicker ascent. As you wander through the castle grounds, imagine the Hungarian kings and queens who once ruled from this very spot. Don't miss the Matthias Church with its colorful tiled roof and stunning interior, and be sure to catch the changing of the guard ceremony for a taste of Hungarian pomp and circumstance. Crossing the Danube, we find ourselves in Pest, the bustling heart of modern Budapest. Here, the Hungarian Parliament building, a masterpiece of neo-Gothic architecture, stands as a symbol of Hungarian pride and national identity. Take a guided tour to marvel at the building's intricate facade, the grand staircase, and the Hungarian crown jewels. As you gaze upon this architectural marvel, reflected in the waters of the Danube, you can't help but be impressed by the craftsmanship and artistry of a bygone era. But Budapest isn't just about history and architecture. This city is also famous for its thermal baths, a legacy of the Romans and the Ottomans. So, after a long day of sightseeing, treat yourself to a relaxing soak in one of Budapest's many thermal baths. Whether you prefer the grandeur of the Széchenyi baths, the Art Nouveau elegance of the Gellert baths, or the Turkish ambiance of the Rudis baths, a visit to Budapest wouldn't be complete without experiencing this unique aspect of Hungarian culture. Iceland, land of fire and ice, where glaciers carve through volcanic landscapes, Reykjavik, Iceland's capital, is small, safe, and easy to explore on foot. It blends Viking heritage with a modern artistic spirit. The colorful buildings, quirky museums, and lively music scene give it charm. Reykjavik's culinary scene is booming with fresh seafood and hearty lamb dishes. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore Reykjavik's highlights. No trip to Iceland is complete without a visit to the Blue Lagoon. This otherworldly geothermal spa is like stepping onto another planet. Imagine yourself soaking in the milky blue, mineral-rich water. The geothermal waters are said to do wonders for your skin. It's the perfect place to unwind and rejuvenate. You might even spot the northern lights while you relax. But the natural wonders don't stop there. Just outside Reykjavik lies the Golden Circle, a popular tourist route. You'll see the awe-inspiring Gullfoss waterfall and the Stroker geyser erupting every few minutes. The Golden Circle showcases the raw power and beauty of Icelandic nature. We're off to Venice, a city that needs no introduction. Built on a lagoon, Venice is where canals replace streets and gondolas are the preferred mode of transportation. It's a city of romance, beauty, and history. Imagine gliding along the Grand Canal in a gondola. Pass under ornate bridges and marvel at the grandeur of palazzos. Venice is best explored on foot. Get lost in labyrinthine streets and discover hidden courtyards. Indulge in delicious Venetian cuisine. Treat yourself to fresh seafood and classic Venetian risotto. Venice is a city that has inspired artists and writers for centuries, and it's easy to see why. The city is home to a wealth of artistic treasures, from the Byzantine mosaics of St. Mark's Basilica to the masterpieces of Titian and Tintoretto in the Accademia Gallery. Speaking of St. Mark's Basilica, it's a sight that will take your breath away. This opulent church, with its shimmering gold mosaics and soaring domes, is a testament to the wealth and power of Venice during its golden age. Step inside to be transported back in time and marvel at the intricate details and artistic mastery. And no trip to Venice would be complete without a visit to Doge's Palace, the former seat of Venetian power. Explore the lavish chambers and halls, imagine the intrigues and power struggles that once unfolded within these walls, and learn about the fascinating history of the Venetian Republic. Venice is a city that will stay with you long after you've left. This dynamic city, once divided by a wall, has emerged as a symbol of unity, resilience, and creativity. Berlin is a city that embraces its past while looking towards the future, a place where history is palpable around every corner. Walking through the Brandenburg Gate, once a symbol of division, now a symbol of German reunification, you can't help but feel the weight of history. Imagine standing in the shadow of this iconic monument, reflecting on the tumultuous events that shaped this city and the world. But Berlin is not just about the past. It's a city that pulsates with life, a hub of art, music, and culture. From the world-class museums on Museum Island to the trendy bars and clubs in Kreuzberg, Berlin has something to offer everyone. Over the next few minutes, we'll delve into the layers of Berlin's history, explore its vibrant neighborhoods, and experience the energy of this ever-evolving city. Berlin is a city that wears its history on its sleeve. Museum Island is home to 5 world-renowned museums. Each offers a fascinating glimpse into art, culture, and history. But Berlin's artistic spirit isn't confined to museum walls. The city is renowned for its vibrant street art scene, a colorful tapestry of murals, graffiti, and political statements. Now let's escape the hustle and bustle and head to the Italian Riviera. Imagine this: 5 charming fishing villages clinging to rugged cliffs, overlooking the sparkling Mediterranean Sea. This is Cinque Terre, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a paradise for hikers and dreamers alike. The 5 villages, Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Cornelia, Manarola, and Rio Maggiore, are connected by a network of ancient hiking trails. These paths wind through vineyards, olive groves, and terraced gardens, offering breathtaking views at every turn. You'll want to pack your hiking boots and your camera for this one. The most famous trail is the Sentiero Azzurro, or Blue Trail, which connects all 5 villages. It's a relatively easy hike, taking about 5 hours to complete at a leisurely pace, with plenty of opportunities to stop for gelato or a refreshing dip in the sea. Keep an eye out for the love locks attached to bridges and fences along the way, a testament to the romantic atmosphere of Cinque Terre. Each village in Cinque Terre has its own unique character and charm. Monterosso al Mare is the largest and most touristy, while Vernazza boasts a picturesque harbor and a 14th-century castle. Cornelia, perched high on a cliff, offers panoramic views, and Manarola is famous for its dramatic sunset views. But no matter which village you choose to visit, be sure to sample the local cuisine. Cinque Terre is known for its fresh seafood, pesto, which originated in nearby Genoa, and Ligurian focaccia. And don't forget to try the local wine, Schiacchietra, a sweet dessert wine made from dried grapes. Imagine yourself enjoying a leisurely lunch at a trattoria overlooking the sea, the scent of basil and garlic wafting through the air. You sip your wine, savor the flavors of your meal, and soak in the beauty of your surroundings. Cinque Terre is truly a feast for the senses, and an experience you won't soon forget. Next up, we're heading north to Copenhagen, the stylish and sophisticated capital of Denmark. This city is known for its happy people, its beautiful canals, and its laid-back, bike-friendly atmosphere. One of the best ways to experience Copenhagen is on 2 wheels, just like the locals do. Rent a bike and explore the city's charming streets, stopping to admire the colorful buildings, the elegant bridges, and the many green spaces. Be sure to cycle along the waterfront, taking in the sights and sounds of Nyhavn with its colorful 17th-century houses. Then pedal over to Schönbrunn Palace, home to the Danish Parliament, and Rosenborg Castle, a Renaissance masterpiece that houses the Danish crown jewels. Copenhagen is a city that seamlessly blends history and modernity. You'll find centuries-old castles alongside cutting-edge architecture, and traditional bakeries sharing street corners with trendy coffee shops. No trip to Copenhagen is complete without a visit to Tivoli Gardens, one of the oldest amusement parks in the world. This magical place inspired Hans Christian Andersen, and it's easy to see why. With its whimsical rides, lush gardens, and twinkling lights, Tivoli Gardens is a true escape from the everyday. And speaking of fairy tales, don't miss the opportunity to see the Little Mermaid statue perched on a rock in the harbor. Inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's beloved story, this iconic statue is smaller than you might expect, but it's a must-see nonetheless. From its charming canals to its world-class museums and its vibrant culinary scene, Copenhagen has something to offer everyone. So grab your bike, embrace the Higa lifestyle, and get ready to fall in love with this captivating city. Our next stop takes us to Istanbul, a city that straddles two continents, Europe and Asia, and embodies a fascinating blend of cultures and history. Istanbul has been a crossroads of civilizations for centuries, and its rich heritage is evident in its stunning architecture, its vibrant markets, and its warm hospitality. As you explore Istanbul, you'll be transported back in time. Visit the Hagia Sophia, a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture that has served as a church, a mosque, and now a museum. Marvel at its soaring dome, its intricate mosaics, and its fascinating history. Then, head across Sultanahmet Square to the Blue Mosque, another architectural marvel known for its 6 minarets and its stunning blue Iznik tiles. Step inside and be awed by the grandeur of this 17th century mosque, a testament to the Ottoman Empire's artistic prowess. No trip to Istanbul is complete without experiencing the sights, sounds, and smells of the Grand Bazaar. This labyrinthine covered market is one of the oldest and largest in the world, with over 4,000 shops selling everything from spices and textiles to ceramics and jewelry. Get lost in the maze of narrow streets, haggle for souvenirs, and sample Turkish delights and apple tea as you soak up the vibrant atmosphere. The Grand Bazaar is a feast for the senses and a reminder of Istanbul's rich trading history. But Istanbul is more than just its iconic landmarks. Take a stroll along the Bosphorus Strait, the waterway that divides Europe and Asia, and admire the city's skyline from a different perspective. Indulge in a traditional Turkish meal, savoring the flavors of grilled meats, fresh vegetables, and sweet pastries. Istanbul is a city that will captivate your senses and leave a lasting impression. Salzburg, Austria. A symphony for your senses. Nestled on the banks of the Salzach River, with the Alps as its backdrop. Stroll through the enchanting Altstadt, the old town. Baroque architecture lines the cobblestone streets. The setting for the sound of music, embracing its cinematic legacy. Pack your walking shoes and appetite for Austrian cuisine. Explore grand fortresses and discover hidden courtyards. Our Salzburg adventure begins with a climb to the majestic Hohensalzburg Fortress. This fortress has stood guard over Salzburg for over 900 years. From its ramparts, enjoy breathtaking views of the city and the Alps. Explore the fortress's museums and courtyards, visit Mirabell Palace and gardens in the city. The gardens are a feast for the eyes. No trip to Salzburg is complete without a classical concert. Let the sounds of Mozart transport you to another world. Bruges, Belgium. It's like stepping into a medieval fairy tale. This city, with its canals and cobblestone streets, is straight out of a storybook. You'll want to ditch the map and just wander, discovering hidden courtyards and charming bridges around every corner. And speaking of bridges, Bruges has a lot of them. Each one seems to offer a more picturesque view than the last. Take your time, find a cozy spot, and soak it all in. This is Europe at its most charming. But Bruges is more than just a pretty face. It's a city with a rich history, and that history is woven into the fabric of the city. You'll feel it as you stroll through the market square, surrounded by guild halls that date back centuries. And don't forget the chocolate. Bruges is a chocoholic's paradise, with shops on every corner selling handmade truffles, pralines, and more. Go ahead, indulge. Now, no trip to Bruges would be complete without a climb to the top of the Belfry of Bruges. This iconic tower offers breathtaking panoramic views of the city and beyond. It's a bit of a climb, but trust me, the view from the top is worth every step. After you've had your fill of the views, head back down to earth and explore the many museums Bruges has to offer. The Groningen Museum is a must-see for art lovers, with a fantastic collection of Flemish primitive paintings. And if you're interested in the history of beer, be sure to visit the Bruges Beer Museum. Belgium is known for its brews, and this museum tells the story of Belgian beer from its humble beginnings to the present day. Of course, no visit is complete without a tasting. Bruges is a city that has it all: history, charm, art, and of course chocolate. It's a place that will capture your heart and leave you wanting more. Zurich, Switzerland. A city where the Alps meet the water. Sleek modern architecture shares the skyline with historic churches. Start your exploration on the shores of Lake Zurich. Take a leisurely stroll along the promenade. Hop on a ferry and cruise across the lake, enjoy breathtaking views of the city and the Alps, explore the charming streets of Zurich's Old Town, discover winding cobblestone lanes and historic buildings. Now, no trip to Switzerland would be complete without indulging in some Swiss chocolate. And Zurich is the perfect place to do just that. From world-renowned chocolatiers to cozy cafes, Zurich offers a chocolate experience for every taste and budget. But Zurich is more than just chocolate and scenery. It's also a city with a rich cultural heritage. The Kunsthaus Zurich is a must-visit for art lovers, with a world-class collection of paintings and sculptures. And if you're interested in history, be sure to check out the Swiss National Museum. Housed in a beautiful castle-like building, the museum tells the story of Switzerland from its earliest beginnings to the present day. Zurich is a city that effortlessly blends natural beauty, cultural attractions, and a high quality of life. It's a place where you can relax by the lake, explore historic streets, and indulge in some of the finest chocolate in the world. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through Europe. From the Eiffel Tower to the Swiss Alps, we've explored some of the most amazing destinations this continent has to offer. We hope you found some inspiration for your next adventure. Remember, travel is about more than just checking off destinations. It's about connecting with different cultures, trying new things, and creating memories that will last a lifetime. So pack your bags, grab your passport, and get ready for your own European adventure. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel tips and guides. We're always adding new content to help you plan your perfect trip. See you in the next video.